Hi everyone, nice that you are watching at a new video about technology. Today I will show you what Elon Musk actually has to do with technology. Entrepreneur Elon Reeve Musk was born in Pretoria on June 28, 1971. He is South African, Canadian, and American. He co-invented and founded Zip2, founded SpaceX, and other companies. Musk joined Tesla 1 year after its inception and currently serves as its CEO. As agreed with the other founders, he may also refer to himself as the founder of Tesla. He is X.com's creator. Later, Confinity Incorporated and this business were combined to establish PayPal. He is the CEO and chief designer of SpaceX, the CEO and product architect of Tesla, and the chairman of Solar City prior to Tesla's acquisition of the company. He acquired control of Twitter in 2022 by purchasing it. With his plans for a hyperloop and a VTOL supersonic electric aircraft, Musk garnered international attention. Youth. The son of a Canadian model and a South African electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant, and joint owner of a Zambian emerald mine near Lake Tanganyika, Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. In addition to Pennsylvania German ancestry, his paternal grandmother was British. Musk spent the majority of his time with his father after his parents separated in 1980. He came upon the Commodore VIC-20 when he was 10 years old. At the age of 12, he sold a $500 basic video game named Blastar to PC and Office Technology magazine after teaching himself how to code. Waterkloof House Preparatory School was Musk's first choice of private education. After Pretoria Boys High School, he obtained Canadian citizenship through his mother, and in June 1989, a few months before turning 18, he relocated to Canada University. Musk received admission at Kingston, Ontario's Queen's University in 1989. Musk transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in 1992 after spending 2 years as a student at Queen's University. At the age of 24, Musk graduated from the Wharton School with a Bachelor of Arts in Economics and a Bachelor of Science in Physics from Penn's College of Arts and Sciences. For a second bachelor's degree, Musk stayed an additional year. Musk and his University of Pennsylvania classmate Eddie O'Reilly purchased a dorm to convert into a nightclub while they were there. At the age of 24, Musk relocated to California to attend Stanford University to seek a doctorate in physics. However, he left the institution after just 2 days to create his own companies in the fields of the internet, renewable energy and space. In 2002, he was granted U.S. citizenship. Career. Zip2. In 1995, Musk and his brother Kimball founded Zip2, an internet company. They did so with investments from a group of business angels. 9. The company developed an online city guide for newspapers, among others. Musk contracted the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune. During his time at Zip2, Elon wanted to become chief executive officer of the company, but no member of Zip2's supervisory board agreed to this. Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million, of which Musk received 7%, which amounted to $22 million. PayPal and X.com. An online payment system called X.com was established by Musk in March 1999. He made a $10 million investment in it. A year later, this business merged with Confinity, which had a PayPal-like payment system as well. In 2001, the combined business kept using PayPal's brand and concentrated on the services PayPal already offered. A promotion in which new users got cash upon registration helped propel PayPal's early development. In October 2002, PayPal was purchased by eBay for $1.5 billion, $165 million of which went to Musk. Prior to the acquisition, Musk held 11.7% of the company's shares, making him PayPal's largest stakeholder. SpaceX. In an effort to spark public interest in space exploration, Musk developed the Mars Oasis concept in 2001. It involved establishing a tiny experimental greenhouse with food crops on Mars. Musk, Jim Cantrell, and Eddie O'Reilly traveled to Moscow in October 2001 to purchase pre-owned ICBMs that could launch objects into orbit. NPO Lavochkin and Cosmotras were among the people the group talked with, but they did not take Musk seriously. They did not take any ICBMs. For 3 ICBMs, the group went back to Russia in February 2002. They brought Mike Griffin this time, who had previously worked for the CIA, NASA, and had recently departed Orbital Sciences, a company that produces satellites and spacecraft. The group met with Cosmotras once more, and this time one rocket was offered for $8 million. Musk thought this was too expensive, so he left the meeting right once. Musk had an epiphany while traveling back from Moscow that he might launch a business to make inexpensive rockets. Musk reportedly determined that the cost of the materials to manufacture the rocket was only 3% of the then current retail price, according to Steve Jurvetson, an early investor in Tesla and SpaceX. Vertical integration and a modular approach to software could enable SpaceX to tenfold cost reductions while maintaining a 70% margin. Musk finally started SpaceX with the goal of eventually establishing a human population in space. In June 2002, Musk established Space Exploration Technologies, or SpaceX, with $100 million from his prior sales. Musk serves as the company's managing director and chief designer. Its headquarters are in Hawthorne, California. SpaceX focuses on developing and producing space launchers using improved rocket technology. The Falcon 1 and Falcon 9 are the company's first two rocket models. The Falcon 1 was launched 5 times between 2006 and 2009, with the final 2 launches being successful, while the Falcon 9 was launched 62 times until October 2018 with 1 failure on the 20th mission in June 2015. 2 days prior to the scheduled launch, the rocket for the 29th trip detonated, killing everyone on board and damaging the cargo. The name of SpaceX's rockets is a nod to Star Wars Millennium Falcon. SpaceX's first spacecraft is the Dragon, a nod to Puff the Magic Dragon. In 7 years, SpaceX created the Falcon, Launcher and Dragon spacecraft product groups, the latter of which can be used for multiple purposes. When a Falcon 1 launch failed for the 3rd time in 2008, SpaceX was on the brink of collapse. Musk then invested his last private capital to make one more attempt. Another failure would have bankrupted both SpaceX and Musk. In September 2008, however, SpaceX succeeded in putting a dummy payload into orbit. On July 13, 2009, SpaceX's 5th Falcon 1 rocket became the first liquid-fueled rocket from a private company to put a commercial satellite into orbit. After this, all Falcon 1 operations were halted in favor of the much larger Falcon 9, which flew for the first time in 2010. With the Dragon spacecraft, the first from a private firm to reach the International Space Station, ISS, SpaceX made history once more on May 25, 2012. NASA chose SpaceX to develop a new launch vehicle, the Falcon 9, to transport cargo to the space station under a Commercial Orbital Transportation Service, COTS, contract in 2006. On December 23, 2008, NASA awarded SpaceX a commercial resupply services contract worth $1.6 billion for 12 flights of the Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon spacecraft to the International Space Station, ISS. One of the 2 businesses with a CRS-1 contract to supply fresh payloads to the space station in place of the Space Shuttle is SpaceX. One of the 3 chosen for the CRS-2 contract is SpaceX. From 2011 until 2018, the Soyuz spacecraft served as the only means of astronaut transportation to the International Space Station, ISS. Since 2014, SpaceX has been one of 2 businesses in NASA's Commercial Crew program to develop astronaut transportation. Beginning in 2019, SpaceX hopes to use the Dragon 2 to transport humans to the ISS. SpaceX is both the world's largest private launch company and record holder of the highest thrust-to-weight ratio ever measured. Within 2 years, SpaceX had produced more than 100 operational Merlin 1D engines, currently the world's most effective rocket engine. The 9 Merlin engines used in the first part of the Falcon 9 produce a thrust of 7,607 to 8,227 kN. The Foundation book series by Isaac Asimov has had a significant impact on Musk. In Musk's opinion, extending or even destroying human life depends on the success of space exploration. According to Musk, the threat to human survival on Earth could be an asteroid or a huge volcano could destroy us. There are threats to us that dinosaurs didn't have: a self-created virus, an accidentally created micro-black hole, catastrophic global warming, or an as yet unknown technology that could end our existence. The human race has evolved for millions of years, but in the last 60 years nukes have been created that could destroy the world. Sooner or later we will expand our race to more planets than just Earth, or become extinct. His goal is to reduce the cost of manned spaceflight by a factor of 10. In a 2011 interview, Musk said he hopes to send humans to Mars within 10 or 20 years. In Musk's biography, written by Ashley Vance, he reveals that he wants to have a colony on Mars around 2040, with a population of 80,000 people. In 2015, plans were announced for Starlink, a satellite network to provide internet services. By the end of 2020, more than 800 Starlink satellites were already in space and a public beta testing program was underway in the northern United States, Canada, and New Zealand. In 2016, Musk presented his first concept design for what would later become Starship. That will consist of a launcher and a large spacecraft that are a lot bigger than mankind has built so far. Revised designs were presented in 2017 and 2018. Starship is suitable for all types of launches and cheaper per launch than smaller rockets because it is completely, quickly and frequently reusable. In 2018, construction began on the first prototype for Starship, which made several short test flights of up to 150 meters in 2019. The development of Starship's Raptor engines is nearly complete. However, it is expected that they will be improved over time, just as was done with the Merlin engines. 3 atmospheric test flights of Starship prototypes were undertaken in 2020. This will continue in 2021 until a spaceworthy prototype is in place and suborbital and later orbital, test, space flights can be undertaken. Tesla Incorporated. Tesla Incorporated was founded in July 2003 as Tesla Motors by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, who financed the company until the first round of financing. Both men held active roles in the company's early development before Elon Musk became involved with the company. Musk led the first round of funding in February 2004, when he joined as chairman of the board. Musk had an active role in the company and was involved in detail in the design of the Tesla Roadster, but was less involved in day-to-day operations. During the 2008 financial crisis, Musk felt compelled to take over leadership of Tesla as managing director and chief designer, positions he still holds today since, when Tesla first produced an electric sports car, the Tesla Roadster, of which about 2,500 vehicles were sold to 31 countries. Tesla then came out with the Model S, a four-door sedan, on June 22, 2012, and introduced its third car, the Model X, aimed at the SUV/minivan market, on February 9, 2012. In addition to its own cars, Tesla also sells electric drive systems to Daimler for the Smart EV, Mercedes B-Class electric drive and Mercedes A-Class, and to Toyota for the RAV4 EV. Musk could bring in both companies as long-term investors in Tesla. Musk's goal is to produce a subcompact car in the under $30,000 price range and continue to provide electric drive systems to other automakers so they can make affordable electric cars without having to set up an expensive internal development process. Several publications have compared Musk to Henry Ford for his development of vehicle drive systems. To reduce the drawbacks of the limited range of electric cars, Tesla is dramatically expanding its network of fast charging stations, Musk said in an interview with All Things Digital in May 2013. Musk added that the number of superchargers on the east and west coasts of the United States should triple by around June, with the rest of North America, including Canada, could also look forward to expansion later that year. Musk is said to own 32% of Tesla's shares, which amounted to $18 billion in November 2013. While Musk received an annual salary of $78.2 million in 2012, since 2014 his salary is $1, rivaling that of Steve Jobs, among others. The remainder consists of shares and performance-related bonuses. In 2014, Musk announced that Tesla Motors would allow other companies to use their patents as long as it helped accelerate the development of electric vehicles. The unfortunate reality is that the development program of electric cars, or of other vehicles that also do not burn hydrocarbons, at the major automakers is small to non-existent, representing an average of much less than 1% of their car sales, Musk said. Solar City. Musk came up with the initial concept and funding for Solar City, which he founded in 2006, with his cousins Lyndon and Peter Rive. The underlying motivation for investing in Solar City and Tesla is to combat global warming. Musk announced in 2012 that Solar City and Tesla were working together to start using electric batteries to improve energy generation through solar panels. This program became active in 2013. On June 17, 2014, Musk announced that Solar City would build an advanced manufacturing facility in Buffalo, New York. This new production facility would be 3 times the size of the previously largest in the United States. Musk added that this would be one of the largest solar panel plants in the world and would be followed by even larger plants in the coming years. In June 2016, Tesla Motors announced a takeover bid for Solar City. Musk argued that Tesla cars run on electricity and that now since, when it is also possible to produce the vehicles without using fossil fuels. The takeover bid has a value of $2.50 to $3 billion. On the news, Solar City's share price shot up by a third, but Tesla Motors' share price fell about 15% that day. Musk held a 23% equity stake in Solar City and a 21% stake in Tesla Motors at the time of the bid. Hyperloop. On August 12, 2013, Musk first presented a concept of a system that could transport people at high speed between Los Angeles and San Francisco, having been disappointed that the California high-speed rail system had been approved. Musk called his idea Hyperloop, a hypothetical vehicle that moves through a low-pressure tube about 560 kilometers long. This is somewhat similar to tube mail. This system should transport people between Sylmar, a northern Los Angeles county, and Hayward, east of San Francisco, in less than 35 minutes, which is faster than what commercial airlines currently offer. Musk's idea, if technically feasible at the estimated cost, would make travel cheaper than any other form of long-distance transportation available now since, when? In the proposed system, there is a partial vacuum that lowers drag, theoretically allowing high speeds to be achieved with relatively low power. Musk has estimated the cost of the hyperloop at $6 billion. Several non-Musk-related hyperloop development initiatives have emerged. For example, the company Hyperloop Transportation Technologies has entered into an agreement with Key Valley, California, a city between Los Angeles and San Francisco, to build an 8-kilometer hyperloop track around part of the city. Construction is scheduled to begin in 2016. The company Hyperloop One is also working on a hyperloop, and the Netherlands is also looking at possibilities for a hyperloop. Delft-based Hart Hyperloop launched plans for a connection between Schiphol Airport and Frankfurt on September 12, 2018. The Boring Company. In late 2016, Musk started a new company, called the Boring Company, TBC. The goal is to develop a cheaper tunnel boring technology, and then build a tunnel network that connects to the road network. By using elevators and a rail system in the tunnels, motorists should be able to travel faster between busy urban areas and suburbs to avoid traffic jams. Early in 2017, tunnel drill tests were conducted with an acquired tunnel drill at SpaceX's Hawthorne site. In late 2018, TBC opened its first test tunnel in Hawthorne. In this 3.2-kilometer tunnel, people can be transported on rails in pods at a speed of 240 kilometers per hour. Earlier in 2018, some tunneling contracts were signed. From soil coming out of the tunnels, concrete building blocks reminiscent of large Lego bricks are made on site. These are then sold again. TBC's soil removal trains run on batteries and therefore have no toxic emissions, increasing safety for employees. These trains were developed in collaboration with Tesla. Takeover of Twitter. On March 14, 2022, Musk became the largest shareholder of publicly traded social media company Twitter Incorporated with 9.1%. In April 2022, Musk attempted to take over the company outright. On April 25, Twitter accepted his $44 billion bid subject to approvals from governments, market watchdogs and shareholders. In July, Musk withdrew his bid, causing Twitter to take him to court. In late October, the acquisition still went through. Political positions. Politically, Musk describes himself as a half Democrat and half Republican. Musk himself says, "I stand in the middle of the political spectrum, between social liberalism and fiscal conservatism." Musk expressed his admiration for former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. "I always admired Margaret Thatcher, she was strict, but also sensitive and fair," adding, "She certainly wasn't perfect, but her actions, on average, were good." Nationalism. Musk describes himself as an American exceptionalist and nationalist. According to Musk, the United States is undoubtedly the best country that has ever existed on Earth. Musk believes that without the United States, democracy would not have existed, after which he refers to 3 different moments in the 20th century, when democracy would have fallen without the United States, referring to World War I, World War II and the Cold War. Lobbying. In an interview with the Washington Post source, Musk said he is a significant donor, although not one of the largest, to the Democratic Party, but has also given a lot of money to the Republican Party. Musk went on to say that if you want to be heard in Washington, you will have to give a small contribution. A 2012 report by the Sunlight Foundation, a non-politically positioned party that tracks government spending, claimed that SpaceX has spent more than $4 million US on lobbying and has poured more than $800,000 US into the party coffers of both Democrats and Republicans. This same report also indicated that SpaceX's campaign to gain political support is systematic and sophisticated in its operations, and that unlike many technology startups, SpaceX has had a significant presence in Washington since day one. The report added that Musk has personally donated about $725,000 US to various campaigns since 2002. Musk has supported the Political Action Committee Forward US, which was founded by fellow entrepreneur Mark Zuckerberg and supports immigration reform, but in May 2013 he withdrew his support because of the POC's advertising praising the Keystone Pipeline. Musk and other members, including David O. Sachs, withdrew after criticizing the strategy as cynical. Musk went on to say, "We should not surrender to politics. If we do, we will get the political system we deserve." Musk was labeled a total hypocrite after this statement by political website Mike for lobbying and supporting anti-science Republicans. According to them, Musk gave financial support in the 2014 election cycle to Longhorn PAC and the National Republican Committee, both of which in turn supported anti-science, anti-environment candidates such as Michelle Bachmann. The article also indicates that these political decisions counter Musk's socially conscious vision. Musk has also financially supported politicians such as Republican Senator Marco Rubio, who has similar views on climate change. Subsidies and controversy. Musk has indicated that he no longer believes the U.S. government should provide subsidies to environmentally conscious companies, as was done previously with Tesla Motors and Solar City. Instead, the government should introduce taxes on carbon dioxide to discourage bad behavior. Musk believes the free market is the best solution and that producing environmentally unfriendly vehicles should have consequences. Musk's ideas have been widely criticized. Professor Fred Turner, of Stanford, said, "If you are an entrepreneur like Elon Musk, you take money when you can, but at the same time believe that technology and entrepreneurship are sources of social change, not the state. It's not self-deception, it's a habit of thinking you're an independent person and not acknowledging that you've received funding. This is common in Silicon Valley." Writer Michael Schellenberger indicated that in Musk's case, it's hard not to take that as defensive. "I think there is a business strategy behind it. After all, they do a lot of business with investors who don't see subsidies as a viable long-term business form, so companies like to exaggerate how independent they can operate from subsidies." Schellenberger continued with, "It would be better for all of us if these entrepreneurs were a little more grateful and humble." Jim Motivali, journalist and writer who interviewed Musk for his book on electric cars called High Voltage, said that Elon looks from the position of a winner and he doesn't want other people to win by getting government funding. "I think people tend to pull up the ladder behind them after they achieve success." Musk's comments were further criticized in 2015, when an LA Times article revealed that SpaceX, Tesla and Solar City together were estimated to have received about $4.9 billion in subsidies. The article added that Tesla and Solar City depend on subsidies and suffer annual losses, questioning their independence. Several analysts also called the large amounts of state aid the deal between Musk's three companies, after which analyst Dan Dolev said of Musk that he looks for the places where state subsidies are available. Musk, a longtime opponent of short selling, has repeatedly criticized the practice and claimed that it should be illegal. It is speculated that Musk's opposition to short selling stems from the way short sellers often organize and publish opposition research on the companies they believe are currently overvalued. In early 2021, he encouraged the GameStop short squeeze. Musk has also regularly promoted cryptocurrencies, stating that he supports them over traditional government-issued fiat currencies. Given the volatile effects his tweets about them have, his statements about cryptocurrencies have been seen as market manipulations by critics such as Nouriel Roubini.